everyone. Good afternoon, and welcome once again to Joy Muyela's YouTube channel. I know it's been long I was here, but oh well, we're back now, and WAFCON 2026 is just around the corner. It's a match, and I'm here with two other amazing people to dissect how this WAFCON is going to be. The draws were held on 16th, I think. Sorry, I'm getting the date wrong. Yes, 15th or 16th.
15.
Yeah, it was held on the 15th, and we have groups now. So we're just going to be discussing on the groups, each and every group. We're going to be discussing on the timing because that's a very major thing. And we're just going to be discussing on, of course, our girls, Super Falcons. Well, I can see me and Esther are twinning here. So I'm just going to allow my guests to briefly introduce themselves. Let's start with Esther.
Hi, I'm Esther Olamoyegun. I run She Kicks Goals. I'm a football commentator, I think, and an all-round lover of women's football and a huge fan of the Super Falcons as well.
Yep, I'm the huge fan of the Super Falcons. And now to okay, please can you just briefly introduce yourself?
I don't know why it's there to introduce. I'm just a fan. I'm not a journalist or anything. So yeah, just a fan.
A passionate fan at that, please. Don't.
Yeah, Super Falcons only. So yeah. Nah.
Okay, I'll just give a brief rundown of the groups. In Group A, we have Morocco, Algeria, Senegal, and Kenya. In Group B, we have South Africa, Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso, and Tanzania. In Group C, we have Nigeria, Zambia, Egypt, Malawi. And in Group D, we have Ghana, Cameroon, Mali, and Cape Verde. So, Esther, what's your opinion on these groups?
First of all, I think it's a fair draw. And I really also want to say that I'm very excited for this WAFCON because this is the first WAFCON where 16 teams are playing. And God knows how long we have waited for, the growth of women's football in Africa. For the longest time, it's just been 12 teams for a continental competition where there are 54 countries. And, I've just been really, really pushing for this. And I won't say that I'm happy that we have come to this point. And, just the WAFCON played last year, it was just 3 groups of 4. Now we have 4 groups of 4. So that's a very big improvement. So I just want to say that I'm pleased with the grouping.
Okay, what's your view of the groups? Do you think it's fair? And I don't think. What group do you think?
I don't think how some teams got in were fair on the smaller teams because the qualifying process was not really proper.
Yes.
It wasn't really proper, and I would like to see CAF address that by introducing a proper qualifiers. After the first round, the second round of qualifiers, because I think the Super Falcons got a bye. After the second and final round of qualifiers, everybody we're looking at CAF to see how they will allocate the remaining 4 spots. Would they be a qualification playoffs or whatever? But they decided to hand out spots based on FIFA rankings. So that kind of raised an eyebrow for me and some others. So yeah, I don't think the qualification process was fair on some teams. Now imagine a team like Cape Verde who knocked out Mali in the qualifying, having to meet them again in the group stage just because of their FIFA rankings. So yeah, it's nice that they are taking the initiative, but the way they went about it was not I wasn't a big fan of it. So I would like to see CAF properly address that in the future by introducing proper qualifiers like a big group stage where I think only the top teams will have to go through and all that thing to give more game time to some lesser teams and more importantly to force FAs to organize camps for their team because we know that in Africa if you are not forcing them to camp they'll just like buy the window, like everyone can. The NFF has been notoriously doing for the last few years now. So yeah, hopefully we see CAF properly address it.
Yes. So now, what do you think? What group do you guys think is a group of death?
Wow, on paper, I'm looking straight at Group D. I know everybody is talking about Group C, Nigeria, the Chawingas, Banda, and all those things. But I think Group C is very interesting because I think the three teams here, Ghana, Cameroon, and Mali, um, are very similar in a way. Yeah, Ghana has had a resurgence as of late, but you can never tell with Cameroon. You know, they used to be like the undisputed second place team in Africa after the Super Falcons. So, and they have some good players coming up right now, some very good young players. And with Mali, you always have that francophone, connection with France and all these things. They have a lot of players playing abroad. And with Cape Verde, they're finally tapping into their diaspora talents in Portugal. So it's going to be a very tricky group. I don't see Ghana like walking the group. I know they have had some good performances as of late, but I don't see them completely walking the group. And which is interesting because I think the Super Falcons will play the second place team. Yeah, so that's what keeping an eye on.
Yes.
But Group C is very exciting. I don't think it will be as competitive as Group D. Group C is very exciting with the debut of Malawi. I know everybody is looking at the Chawinga sisters, and also
football is a team game. So the Chawinga sisters alone are not going to get to like.
Yeah, if they were that great, they would have been regulars at this tournament.
It's
so,
really just like Zambia. Like,
yeah,
people really say to me, it's like yes,
yeah, exactly what I wanted to say. Just like Zambia.
It's like Zambia. We
have three players and
yes. We trash Zambia
5-0.
5-0. Like
I don't know when last we had such numbers in WAFCON.
It's been a while. So like, and I know for this WAFCON, they are going to try to come back to play like a revenge game to win us. But I'm not scared. I know that my girls are going to. For me, this our group is not a walkover group. Let's be realistic.
I kind of think it is.
What is it? Like, and you know what is paining me?
Look at it from this perspective.
Okay.
Malawi will be easy. Egypt will be easy. Zambia easy.
Who we are like handed a spot in the WAFCON because they lost. Mm-hmm. They lost. Which English do I use for this thing? They lost like woefully to Ghana. They lost home and away. They lost like it wasn't even close between them and Ghana. And then CAF came back and handed them a spot in the WAFCON. Then you have Malawi, who has never been at this level. Like they don't know what to do when they get to this level. They are not regulars. They are not even like, they are kind of powerhouses in COSAFA, but this is a whole different ball game coming against international superstars in Zambia.
Mm-hmm. Very true. Very true. I think
Egypt in a way has like a good club record, like with FC Massa and the rest of the Egyptian Premier League, which has a lot of international players. And then, but with Malawi, they have never been to this level. They don't have the club pedigree to say, okay, we can rely on players who play for good local clubs.
Players.
Chawinga sisters alone cannot take Malawi to the past to this group stage.
Like, so out of all groups, who do you see coming out of the group stage?
I think Group A will be between Morocco and Senegal. I think Algeria had a very good WAFCON last time.
I actually think Algeria is going to come out of this.
They didn't concede a goal.
Tough. It will be tough.
But I think Senegal.
Now I think Group A is another tough group because Morocco, Algeria, Senegal. I don't really know. Kenya will be a walkover. I'm sorry to say.
I think with Algeria, they are more like a more continental version of Super Falcons under Brandon. Like defensively, they are going to be very hard to beat, but they don't really have the offense to come.
I think we had them in our last group. The group.
Yeah, and it was very frustrating. I think that was the match that the Falcons faced most criticism because they couldn't put in a goal.
Yeah, I think we played them 2-0 or so.
No. It was a 0-0 draw. It was a 0-0 draw. It was the last game.
Yeah, that was one game that we really struggled against. So I think Morocco, Algeria are the things I'm seeing coming out of Group A. Esther, what do you think?
I don't know. Group A is going to be quite tough. It's going to be a bit tough. Senegal is in Group A, right?
Yes, they are.
Yeah. That second spot in Group A is going to be really fought for. I think Morocco is going to come out tops because they are great at this level. I wish in somewhere in my bad mind that, I don't know, Senegal wakes up and just dreams. The reality of things is that Morocco is going to come out tops in their group, and then Senegal and Algeria are going to battle for the second spot. Okay. I think that Senegal has a lot of abroad-based players right now that are going to push them forward. And why is nobody talking about Côte d'Ivoire? Why is nobody talking about that country?
We're still in Group A. We're going to Group B. So now that you have brought it up, so who do you think is coming out of Group B? South Africa, Côte d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso, and Tanzania. I really don't think Tanzania is coming out of this group.
I think this one is like the most obvious ones. Like, don't
South
get me wrong.
Côte d'Ivoire.
Don't get me wrong. I don't know what's wrong with Tanzania. Tanzania has like great domestic success. Look at what's this club? What's this their club that does well?
Young Africans and Simba Queens.
I don't know how. I don't know why Tanzania usually I don't know, struggle at continental level. And they have an excellent keeper. They have an excellent goalkeeper who plays very well she plays in South Africa, but she's really great.
I think the problem with Tanzania is that they don't
very easy to beat.
Tanzania
was not very easy to beat.
In as much as people kind of say, yeah, it's good to have a good local league, but you have to have that balance. They don't have that balance.
Yes. It's not about okay, I think South Africa is the only country that successfully translate that their local league successfully translates onto the world stage.
And even at that is their biggest weakness because it's like a one club monopoly.
Yeah.
Sundowns. So
when they are monopolized to just
the whole of
Sundowns.
Like look at last week. Sundowns really struggled, and you could see that reflect on their club on the national team side. So
you know why we're not meeting Morocco or South Africa till like I think the semi-finals or finals, one of the two. If they do good,
I think the second place in Group C and D will face each other, like the top two. If we were to win our league. If we are to win our group,
I actually want to see how it's going to, because I feel like I want Morocco and South Africa to trash out one of themselves. The way we had to play the two of them last one.
It's not in CAF's best interest.
Morocco
it's not in CAF's best interest for us to meet, for any big team to meet Morocco till like the final.
Yeah,
I think.
No, but I think
you just said it's not in CAF's interest.
Because we know what CAF is doing. We know what they are doing.
You could see from a marketing point of view.
I'm very upset.
Do you know? I think we'll have to make a totally different video for what CAF is doing. So that's that one.
I think we look at the last two finals in the WAFCON. CAF has always marketed it as this is a goal for women's football. But people always forget how the road to get there. Like I can painfully remember the 2022 WAFCON. They had to handicap us by sending off 2 of our players versus Morocco. But still, we took it.
In the semi-finals.
Yeah. And with Ghana, you can see that Ghana should have probably won that semi-final against Morocco. I don't really want to know. But still, Morocco had to
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for this.
What is going on?
It was so clear.
Is exactly
Ghana could have come out on top of Morocco. Somehow, they dragged it to penalties. Eventually, Ghana lost. You can see how easily not easily, but Ghana eventually came out as the bronze medalist of the competition.
Yes. We'll make another.
It's not in CAF's interest to host a WAFCON in Morocco. That Morocco will not be in the final.
Yes, be in the finals. Let's be very realistic, because how would they sell tickets? From the business how would they sell tickets?
And even from a PR point of view, how would they market?
How would they sell? And now let's go to Group C. Nigeria, Zambia, Egypt, Malawi. Okay, Nigeria is obviously coming out of this group. Wait, I would say who is coming out of Group B. I think Group B, South Africa, and who is the second team?
Yeah, South Africa and Cote d'Ivoire. I think that's
okay. So from Group C, who is coming out of Group C? Nigeria for sure. There's no even any other. There's no other.
I have my problems. I'm starting to look at the Super Falcons and think what's the way forward?
Yes,
because after WAFCON is
let me tell you the way forward in Super Falcons is the players. It's not the administration, it's not the coaching, it's not the management, it's the players. I'm serious. The moment what the management needs to do is to gather all these players from the diaspora, from the local league, from everywhere else, and put them in the same room and just leave them. They will cook.
That's it. But what about getting the right players? What about getting the right players?
You see something.
It's annoying, honestly. Nobody is paying more than me. It's just very unfortunate because there's so much more this team can achieve if it's properly managed, if it's properly driven right. There's so much more this team can achieve. But it's so annoying.
NFF ready to manage us. Let's not even go into the case of Super Falcons. Like I said, we'll make a totally different video for NFF and Super Falcons. Now we're talking of WAFCON in general. Because if we go into that one, we will not leave here today. And I'm sure of that. So after we'll make it. We won't leave here. So Group C, Nigeria, and I think Zambia. Zambia is coming out.
I think Zambia, yeah. Too.
Yes,
I think Zambia
are coming out of this group. Malawi, no.
Malawi finished dead last. Malawi finally had to get a point, even a goal.
Yes.
In the tournament because
are you serious?
They have never been in this level before, so they don't really.
Shall we just sisters alone?
When last was Malawi in WAFCON?
Have they ever
been? They have never been in WAFCON. This is their very first maiden edition.
Oh, they will finish last.
Yes,
they will finish last.
So, guys, now to Group D, we have Ghana, Cameroon, Mali, and Cape Verde. I think Ghana and Cameroon are coming out of this group.
Even though Cameroon lost their qualifiers, I had to sneak into the back door.
I think they have I think Ghana and Cameroon. Ghana is my second country. My country.
Actually, it will actually be painful that if we have to face Ghana somewhere along the line.
If we have to face them, I'll support Nigeria. But if they are facing any other person, I obviously
I really want to see a West African final.
That. This is also a World Cup qualifying WAFCON. So I really, really want Ghana in the World Cup.
I think that's the most important thing, I think that's the most important thing.
World Cup, this is a World Cup qualifying.
It's for World Cup. We can do anything. We might not even win the WAFCON. Let's just finish third or fourth.
Don't need to go to because those girls, the players we have now, have a lot to display on the world stage. So they cannot afford to miss a World Cup. So just that top.
Especially the buzz they created after the last one.
Yes, after the last World Cup. And we have a point to prove against England that is running away from playing us. Because England has played everybody and they have refused to play Nigeria. England has played
everybody. I think it will be very smooth sailing for teams like South Africa and Nigeria to get into the World Cup because they have never missed the World Cup. It's not because the referee hands them results. It's just because of sheer quality that they have.
But guys, with the way we are going, this WAFCON will be tough.
It will be tough.
I think for me, minus NFF and their wahala, and maybe CAF's own wahala. My own is that we really need to learn from what happened in the last WAFCON.
We need to continue also. Like
Madugu has said time and time again, he wants to rebuild. Unfortunately, NFF hasn't given him the window, and he himself, with the opportunity to rebuild, he has not
rebuild with NFF giving him list of who to invite. Okay,
that's what I'm saying. Like all the promises of the rebuild, he has not, like, even the games that he has been allowed to play in, he has not, like, said, okay.
I've not seen. See, before the last one,
there's no new player that you can, like, the first time he made that promise, we saw the likes of Ijamilusi coming. Yeah.
I think that was the only person that he has brought in so far that has made an impact on the team. So far,
and my problem
is only Nigerian league players with few foreign based players.
Is not new.
You don't see the use of that.
She's not new to. She's not new to the Super Falcons. We can't even see that it's Madugu that brought her. We can't say that it's Madugu that brought Germany because she's not new to Super Eagles. She came to Super Eagles, I think 2021, 2022. She was invited for a camp.
I think she featured in a qualifier. He
was Randy that brought her.
You're saying it's Ajibade set. Like,
no, even Chidima Okeke set. Like, guys,
Ajibade.
She's not new.
So
she's not new.
She's kind of a late bloomer when it comes to.
Yes, a late bloomer.
My own is that
we're not putting her with the B team. We're not putting her with the B team. All those under 20 babes that they used to bring. They're not putting her with the B team. Then I can remember 2024. That was when she now showed herself. They now invited her again. Like, all the interviews that she did after, or during the WAFCON, she kept on talking about how, it's a privilege to be caught up again, to be like, she already lost hope that, the Super Falcons have no need of me. I was invited once and it went okay, but maybe I'm not on that level. Then she had the opportunity to come.
I think she had an injury.
Yeah, she had an injury. Then she came in with the B team in 2024 October, when we played Algeria in Lagos. I was at that match. She scored, I think, a hat-trick or 2 goals.
Yes, she did.
But she was the name on everybody's lips. I watched that match live and it was everything. So it was because of that.
You have to talk about the rules.
After that, she now went to China. Like the NWFL. I think she now finished that season of NWFL as the highest scorer or something.
Before she went to
China. That was when she now earned her place in Super Falcons. And then she got the opportunity and she has made excellent use of it in the recent time. So you can't even say, okay, it's Madugu that brought Ijamilusi.
Guys,
I have 0.00% ability in Madugu's ability to coach.
I was going to say that I don't go aura for aura. I am not a fan of Madugu. Like, from year to year, I am not a fan. But I will say this CAF awards that they did not give me pain me because he deserves it. But I'm not a fan of Madugu.
Especially if you look at who they gave the award.
Like that. See, if they are giving the Morocco coach, the Morocco coach, I would have been
very strong opinions. I have very strong opinions about Wilder. I don't like him at all. But if they had given him that award, I would have felt better than the way I feel now.
Who they gave, but we'll come back to that. Okay, guys.
But if they are giving him that award, I'll say, okay, at least you are cheating properly.
He got his team to the finals.
You
won. You were leading Nigeria.
Madugu is a Ballon d'Or nominated coach. As much as we hate to say it, he's a Ballon d'Or nominated coach. He won the WAFCON. In a WAFCON year, you said the coach of the year.
And they couldn't give it to their usual. They now look for somebody else to give it to. I don't know.
WAFCON.
We'll come back to this.
I think someone made a point. I think someone made a point about that thing on Twitter. He said that that's actually where my mind was. He said that I think the gender-based, like her gender kind of played a part in it.
It did not.
Think about it. Think about it.
Gender should play a part in when you are nominating, when you are appointing coach, not to read their board.
Nothing to do with
in the same year that Randy World Cup. I think in the same year Randy World Cup.
You know they've been doing this thing. They've been doing this with Elias of South Africa.
That is what I'm saying. The same year that Randy World Cup and Thomas Deneby, let's say Thomas Deneby won the WAFCON, he gave the best coach to Desiree.
Yes, Desiree.
When the World Cup took us to the World Cup and had one of the best World Cup an African team has ever had.
They gave it to them. Very true. At this point, I think we actually need to call her. Like, I get that you are trying to play the gender role. I'm a woman. The gender role should start from when they are appointing the coach, not when the coach has been appointed and has.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If a coach should do the work, then if you just want to give it to women, then just
make it a woman award. Don't tell me best national team coach. Make it
just instruct all FAs to, if you are
only appoint women for your women's team. No problem, guys. Before time goes off, so what do you think about the timing of this WAFCON? For me, I think it's a very bad time because I personally I planned on going for WAFCON 2026, but with the timing, everything is pointing at I cannot make it. It's so bad. And let's not forget that AFCON just finished. We are clamoring for, journalists should go and support the women. These journalists have spent millions of naira in this January AFCON. And you expect them to go back in March again for WAFCON. I just don't think it's
I don't think that's where CAF is thinking. And to be honest with you, I kind of see where they are going with it because number one.
That's the one point I want to. The second point now, before you say what you want to say, second point now is NWSL is starting in March. Their schedule is starting in March. Now I would take Falcons of what are they calling it? I'll take Super Falcons as an example. The Super Falcons, we have players like Gibbs Monday that we pray and hope Madugu invites. We have Deborah Abiodun that we know that he cannot do without. We have Nicole.
Alozie.
We have Alozie.
I don't think Nicole will be.
Yeah, I don't think Nicole will be ready for the WAFCON. And these people are instrumental to the team, and you expect they're instrumental to both their national team and their club team. A lot of these girls are just trying to find their footings in their club team. I'm using the NWSL as an example.
Not to mention Chomo Okafor.
Now, let's just also come in. Let's now not go to Tamaka that major hold in her WSL club. And this is a peak of the season. Like, how do you put this game?
Peak of the season. That's not many Falcons are still in the Champions League right now. But that period is when the season is at its peak towards the end of the season.
How do you expect Brighton to do without Chiamaka or even Tony Payne if she gets invited? Because I don't understand what Madugu is doing with her.
Mm-hmm. WSL. She's in WSL.
She's in WSL also.
Let me chip in on this. I think there is no win-win in this situation in terms of where CAF hosting it and the timing of it. Because number one is that summer is World Cup year. Now, in terms of hype, and you also think about it, the Women's Asian Cup is happening at the same time as WAFCON. So clubs are also aware of that. Now, my only problem with it is that I don't think if it comes to the players, I don't think they will want to miss a chance to go to the WAFCON because everybody saw how the last WAFCON went. So every player would like to be there. Yeah, I would like to be a part of that. And then the second one is, I think, the clubs. I have to feel for the players because normally when AFCON starts in, let's say WAFCON starts in August, it's usually for NWSL clubs, it's usually mid-season. They have already had preseason and all those things. They are like middle of their own season. And then for Europe, the season is closed. But this time around, you are basically telling those players to miss their preseason for their clubs in a very important time. Like, let me use a player like Chomoka, who's like straight from collegiate football to and so you are telling her to, okay, you miss your opportunity to like give yourself a position in the team.
Somebody like
only for you to go and face Madugu, and Madugu will say, you know what, you're not even fit enough to play.
Thank you. And at the end of the day, Madugu will not play you.
That's my issue. That's my issue.
Talking about
I think for these players, they would like to go for NFF and Madugu as a whole would need to make some promises to them. That you see,
get play time.
We'll get play time.
Why are you laughing?
Because let me use this case now. Like, how will you leave your club and then sit on the bench, and then you go back to your club with no
and you sit on the
hand.
bench again? You've lost your position.
And everybody know how ruthless NWSL clubs are with players who are not performing, especially Nigerian players.
Yeah, very ruthless. With African players, they give no room for African players.
I love NWSL a whole lot, but you see, they have zero time to waste time. They
don't have time. Because they pay good money. They pay good money compared to European clubs.
What about like star players like the Chawingas now?
Exactly.
Even if they go and come back, their sport is
Banda, who is just returning from injury, who might be returning from injury.
That's another thing. Are you sure Banda is going to play in this WAFCON? Because she's just returning back from an injury that kept her out for more than half of the season last season.
I think she will. Or even though Zambia would like to request for her to be there once she's.
Even if she doesn't play.
I think one thing about these players, especially all these star players of small nations, is that apart from, let's say, our West African sisters, Ghana, they always like to put their country first. Like, they really they have this red love for their
Africans. Like, okay, I think Tam B was not. She was off last week. Was for
she took an excuse.
Our facility. Katlana.
I think the only excuse
off for both club and country during WAFCON last year, and she's back this year. See, that's another reason why. See, this, I need Morocco and South Africa to cancel one of themselves before they meet us. I need them to cancel.
They meet us.
Last year we met for them. My blood pressure. See, I'm still young. My blood pressure cannot be high for 2 matches. Let's say be only high for one. Either Morocco or.
I need another revenge tour. I don't
want it. Don't remember last year. Don't worry.
I like as we went in alphabetical order.
My take is that I really hope that one of these countries are big enough, have the, mental and physical strength to take away Morocco somehow, despite whatever officiating they might put up. Because if the Super Falcons should meet Morocco again, they are carrying the anger from last year. They are carrying the anger from the Super Eagles. I'm serious. Esther Okoronkwo in particular.
If we are
going hold those Moroccans by the neck like this, I'm serious. She will hold those. You will see fights will break out on that field. I'm not joking. People like Demain.
That's why I charge. That's why I charge Madugu to go with the right players. I don't think any team. I think the Super Falcons' only problem, I think, is Super Falcons. And it's not necessarily the players, the NFF and.
Super Falcons' only problem is the NFF. It starts from NFF because the NFF.
How will you leave? How will you leave players like let's say players in form now. Let's say players in form like Oladipo and Uchebe, who are centre backs. How will you leave them?
He didn't really give Uchebe play time last WAFCON. Or is
That's
it
what I'm saying.
that not?
Madugu doesn't rate her.
Uchebe
She did
didn't
not
play.
play in the last WAFCON qualifiers.
Yes.
Now bench she did.
It
The
doesn't
thing there,
mean
the thing there is that
Madugu has been benching
doesn't
Uchebe,
rate her.
Tony Payne. Those two especially are the two I noticed. He has really benched Uchebe and Payne.
Those two.
No way.
I think with the problem with Uchebe is that Madugu doesn't rate her as a midfielder, and she wants to play midfield.
She's not a midfielder.
She's a defender.
She is not a midfielder. She's at best. She is a defensive midfielder. At best,
who is she?
She is a proper centre back.
Who is she going to bench?
Helena, didn't
Thank you very much for that question.
Watch back of TV.
Guys,
Even say that game against Benin, the first leg where the Benin players were skinning her up and down, isn't that enough reason to tell you that Ohale shouldn't be trusted again?
You see, going to this WAFCON,
I'm even eyeing national girlfriend. I'm even eyeing
national. Again.
Please leave national girlfriend. They say you see national girlfriend that blocked me. I'm supporting her now. But anyway, national girlfriend tried. She tried in the last WAFCON. Might not say she blocked me. I have to say it.
So my point is
I think that problem Michelle Alozie had was in national team she plays as a defender. In her club she plays as a forward.
Then in her club she plays as a striker.
But now I think her moving to Chicago, they listed her as a defender. It'd be like say she has accepted her fate.
She's more of a defender. And when I say defender, it does not mean she can necessarily win duels. She loses the ball very easily. She cannot win duels. She is this type of defender
she's just fast.
She's just the ball out.
She's just fast. That's the thing. She's just like speed. I think Wardrum in his own mind there, tactically, if I was to define Wardrum, it would just be he played the Super Falcons like a typical African team. You have to be fast, you have to be physical, and
but that's what African teams are known for.
Not necessarily technical.
I think it's only Morocco that I can say that is a very tactically sound.
Madugu didn't really play tactical football. It was like
and
okay.
That's why for that finals, I was scared because I knew that Morocco is tactically strong.
But that's the problem. That's the problem.
Yeah,
if these girls actually channel their tactical this thing.
And